Welcome to Commissioner in a Car. This is Dustin Zarni. I'm Democratic Elections Commissioner for Onondaga County, and I'm talking to you today about our February enrollment polls. And so I started this uh, Commissioner in a Car, and I hope, as you can see, I'm not in a car. I'm back in my home office, and it's today is Tuesday, February 23rd at noon, and I'm going to be talking about our February enrollment polls today, um, because we pull our enrollment numbers statewide twice a year. Um, and the reason we do so is to get ready for our November elections in October. And then in February, we pull these numbers to populate our signature requirements for all offices in Onondaga County, and of course throughout the state if there's statewide offices as well. So what happened was is on Sunday, on the February 21st of every year, it was Sunday this last year, we pull all our reports, and the state board of elections also does a poll as well, and that brings in uh, all of these numbers and populates in each election district, in each political subdivision, the number of people enrolled in every party, and then we then do a calculation based on those number of people of how many signatures that you have to get um, to run for office in that political subdivision. So that is, um, what happened on Sunday, and on our website at onvote.net, under the candidate information, we uploaded our signature requirements yesterday. And so now the signature requirements are low. They're very low this year because the governor and the legislature enacted a law for 2021 only that limited the number of signatures you needed to get. Instead of uh, 5% of the enrolled voters in your party, you now only have to get 1.5%. And it also limited the time period of when to go out and get signatures. That's March 2nd now through March 25th, as opposed to February 23rd through April 1st, which was the originally scheduled time period. This was due to COVID concerns. You may recall that last year, COVID really started hitting New York State hard in the middle of the petition process, and the petition process was shut down, and the governor reduced the number of signatures to 30% and gave everybody 4 days to finish up their process and turn them into the Board of Elections. Here, at least, we're getting about 4 weeks' notice of what's happening, and so the candidates who want to do this are going to have to go out and get these signatures at a reduced rate to get on the ballot. There is no other option to get on the ballot for most candidates running for office this year, whether in Lafayette or town offices or county ledge offices, like 1 through 17, or the city of Syracuse offices. These are all offices that are up, and they have to be done by petition. The exceptions are several Democratic towns and a couple of Republican towns will put their candidates on by caucus, and we'll go over that more later on this spring and talk about what caucuses are and caucus season and when we get dates for those caucuses. But they have until June to identify and put candidates on the ballot. So that is what is, so we pull these files so we can have them as our our notifications for making sure that we know the um, what the numbers are, but it also tells us a few things about where things are going in Onondaga County. The bluing of Onondaga County continues, and we are seeing that even all the towns that have started going further blue over the last few years continue to do so, while the few towns that are going red are continuing to do so at a smaller rate or staying stagnant. So these you can find these statistics at our website at onvote.net under the statistics page. I've already uploaded the town enrollment data and the county enrollment data. I'm working on the city, state offices, and congressional enrollment data, and those should be up over the next couple of days. And you can kind of see going back in the county, you can go back to 1996 for county overall data. For most legislative districts, you'll be able to go back uh, to 2011 when those districts were created. And for um, town data, you can go back to 2009 because that's when I have the data on hand. So these are great resources to see how these things have changed over time. And of course, um, that is what I use to do my Wonky Wednesday articles. I use that statistics to help identify that and write those articles. So those stats are up. The signature requirements are up at the Onondaga County Board of Elections. And now we're moving on to the petition process. And I just wanted to let you know that I also launched my Sunday seminar series, and it will start this Sunday. We'll have a Getting on the Ballot seminar Sunday at 4 p.m. If you're interested, go to the events page of my Facebook account, Justin M. Zarni, and sign up for the event. And then next month in March, I'll be doing a seminar about how to turn in petitions and do petition objections. And I will then also be doing these once a month. And I released a whole series of dates on that. And about 30 days before every seminar, I'll open up an event and you can sign up. And on the morning or the day before the event, I will post the Zoom link for you to join me on the event, but I will also broadcast these live. These are nonpartisan events. They won't be focusing just on the Democrats. They will be for anybody in the county that wants to learn about these election topics. It's part of my education series this year. I did these a couple of years ago, but in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I couldn't figure out how to do it live and do it in person like I did in 2019. And now that everybody's using Zoom and people have gotten used to this type of technology, I'm going to be doing by Zoom and then rebroadcasting them on my Facebook page after that. And again, I think they'll be very informative. We'll be running the gambit of all of the hot election topics throughout the year in a nonpartisan, informational way, in a way that the voters can use to interact with our office at the Board of Elections. And so I hope you tune in to that. Happy to take any questions from those of you that are watching. But while you just type them in the comment section, or I can get to them a little bit later. Obviously, we're still in the work from home section. Like many of you dealing with COVID, the Board of Elections is 3 days. Each employee works 3 days in the office, 2 days. I'm sorry, 3 days at home and 2 days in the office, and try to minimize any COVID exposure that our entire office might have. Um, and that's me as well as my fellow commissioner and um, all of the deputies and regular employees. We expect to start coming back mid-April in a real sense, although during the petition filing times, we'll be back in the office when needed as well. But you can always reach us by email or um, or leave a voicemail. We'll get back to you. We are working. We're just working from home, like many of you are right now. That being said, last minute things are always problematic. Lists, those kind of things, we can get you emailed pretty quickly. But what we can't get you is printed up stuff like right away. Although that has been less and less of a request lately, whereas people usually get our files and print them up on their own time and on their own printers. It's a lot cheaper for you that way. Finally, I'm looking forward to we're in the next couple of weeks we're going to be finalizing our By March 15th, by law, we have to finalize our polling places for the November election. It doesn't mean it's going to be the final list, but we have to have a list that is agreed on by both commissioners. Commissioner Sardo and I have been working diligently on this, and we expect to have some changes that will make both sense for the voter and also save some money. Um, and we resisted a lot of these changes last year in the middle of a presidential election, but because 50% of our populace now is voting by early or by absentee, election day polling sites can be reimagined and made better. And I think we're going to have a healthier list. And we also lose polling places every year. A lot of these places are voluntary or they close down because of COVID. We've had churches closed down because of COVID. We've had big polling sites closed down because of COVID, and we can't go in there. So we have to come up with new ones or combine them into other ones that are close by. So uh, I will be hopefully releasing that list sometime in the next couple of weeks, maybe in next week's Commissioner in the Car. But I think next week's Commissioner in the Car will deal mostly with the start of petitioning, which will be starting on Tuesday, March 2nd, the next time I'm here with you. So we'll probably be talking about that. And then the next one, we'll go over the polling place changes. Um, and this Thursday on Zoom with Zarni, I'll be sitting down with Francis Knoll. He's the city chair for the Onondaga County Democratic Committee. They had their big meeting and announced their slate of candidates. It doesn't mean they're the only slate of candidates, or we expect primaries inside the city of Syracuse. But I'm bringing Francis on to represent OCDC and talk about the slate that he's and the city committee have voted on, and so you can start to get to know the candidates that will be running this fall and in the June primary as well. And I will also, after that, the next week, I'll be talking to Bridget Kenny of Flip the Ledge, and we'll be talking about the challengers in the Flip the Ledge races that are happening throughout the county to flip our Onondaga County legislature. Uh, and finally, um, just remember that the party change deadline has already passed. However, we're still processing the party changes from the registrations um, that were put in time. We're about a month and a half behind right now on registrations and working to catch up. We were at 1.3 months behind, so we're working really hard and expect to catch up over the next several weeks um, on that. And then uh, but your regular voter registration, if you are not a registered voter or you are changing your address, if you want to do that for the primary, you have until May 29th to do that. So you have a lot of time, but don't wait. Get it done now. That way, when we send you out mail check cards, you'll have your right address on there. That's going out in the middle of April, and but also if if you want to have that in there and make sure it'll be live on our website within a couple of weeks of being submitted. And you can still do that online through the DMV, changing your address or enrolling for the first time. And if you're enrolling in the first time, you actually have till May 29th to enroll in a party and vote in that primary as well. So if you're a first time voter in New York State, you can still pick a party and vote in the primary. You just can't do it. You can't switch now. That time period is over. Yeah, onvote.net is a great resource for you for all of these things. So I hope you join us there. And if you have any questions, give us a call at the Board of Elections, 315-435-VOTE. And tomorrow on my Wonky Wednesday, I'll be doing the town of Elbridge, and one of the smaller rural towns and Republican towns, and we're gonna dive into that and in our Wonky Wednesday tomorrow. So check that out tomorrow, and I hope you're staying well, stay safe, wear a mask. COVID is real. I just lost a very good friend of mine a couple of days ago, and actually yesterday is when we found out, or the day before. It's kind of been a whirlwind, and this virus is still with us. This isn't over. We see news of the county exec, dealing with the stress of this COVID, you know, time, and it's very hard. And so please wear a mask, stay socially distanced as possible. Possible. If you have the opportunity to get your vaccination, and then love people and tell them you love them because you never know what's going to happen in this world. So if you love them, tell them you love them, and love more people if you can. Thank you. God bless you, and stay safe out there. And I'll see you on Thursday with Zoom with Zarni, and then next Tuesday with this. Bye bye.